Okay, folks, here we are, Bavard Garden again. Starting in the same spot. Just going to do a really quick walk around. You can see shit's coming up all over the place. There's stuff here, there. I mean, eventually, very soon, it'll be up there. All this stuff just pop open with foliage. You know what you're looking at, which I don't. It's like a little mini arboretum the way Mom did this. And there's some stuff that needs to be addressed a little, like this one that's leaning down. There's a pump house down there. And excuse the junk that's here. All this is going to be removed. This is Mom's stored shit in this thing. It's getting everything getting thrown away or hauled away. Okay, real quick. Here's the back of the house. There's the bathroom. This is a heater room. This is the master bedroom here. There's a closet on the inside of the house. I'm not going to show the inside of the house because, frankly, right now, the inside of the house is a storehouse filled with boxes and things that I have to ship. You can see here is more stuff. It's like almost everywhere you look here, there's something. She planted stuff everywhere. There's a cold frame here. Doesn't have the lids anymore. I had them around, but I think they rotted out. These are all plants that were put here eventually to go in somewhere else, and have just basically kind of gone feral because there wasn't time to fix it. Real quick, of course, this is all going to get cleaned out. This is a potting shed. For anybody in the garden, you can have all this stuff. There's all kind of different potting soils and things. Greenhouse is a bit of a wreck too. Into the bed, you can see stacks of boxes in there. Everything's piled up. Now the greenhouse roof does need some small repair. This vent, automatic vent, the hinges pop loose. It has partial sprinkler system in there. We had an entire manifold here, and then she started deciding to sell off the stuff. She was going to sell a house, like this fertilizer pump. It's got a mixing valve for temperature, filtration, and these are various automatic electrical valves. Somewhere is a control for them. There's a third one down here. And this up here is a fogging system that seems to have started malfunctioning. The greenhouse itself is 14 one way and 15 or 16 the other way, I'm not sure. These are all barrels full of water for keeping her hot. We've got a heater down here with a fan, and that's why this is leaning, because I just kind of afroed it in over a couple of years ago. This has been sitting like this for a year and a half, 2 years. She gave away all the orchids. But you can see there's sprinklers all over to be all reactivated. These are very fine misters. She kept, that's what this panel is here. This was up here. It was up across these windows, which you can still open. This is how we vent the greenhouse. These windows open if needed. These two and those two still open. So does this one and this one. We never really use those two, just these two, and you would leave the door open if it was getting too hot in summer. Not that much stayed in here in the summer. Come on, Piglet. This is the neighbor's little puppy. Come on. If you like French Bulldogs, he got her so he could breed French Bulldogs. He's got a male as well. She's the sweetest thing. This actually was for a while, a dog kennel place, but we got rid of the kennel, and this is all junk over here again. I did a little bit of burn in here. This wasn't continuous. This was a short-term burn. This hillside is planted some, but mostly up along the edge. She hadn't worked a lot on this. This area here is all planted out. There's basically swamps here. She sunk. There's two of them. There's just tubs sunk into the ground so they'd hold more water. I don't know if you can quite hear it. There's a nice little stream that you hear the sound of the stream here when you're. It'd be nice to set up a little table or chair back here and sit back here and read. And there's a nice stream right here, which you can hear this. You don't hear it in the house. And the property line is somewhere along this stream. I do not know exactly where. And there's junk all over the place. That's my fault, not Mom's. And I'm in the process of getting everything out of here and cleaning this place up. This is all my junk. This, I shouldn't have these up. I put this here in the middle of the winter. I gotta get these off. But this is planted over here. This whole thing, she's got stuff in here. I don't remember what. There's a porch out the back. We have a sprinkler system set up over top of the plants. You can just, all you do is plug it in right here to the garden hose, so you don't have to spend all day, you know, spend hours out here getting ready. We would bring all the plants from the greenhouse out here, or some of them would come out. There's actually still some plants here that this one, I'm surprised this thing survived the winter. There's even lots of pots like this that somebody's a gardener, they want them, they can have them. This table and all this junk will be gone. All this junk will be gone. There isn't really, she never planted this hillside yet. She did some, there's stuff here, there's some bushes, but she didn't really get into this hillside, although there is a lot. This is like, there's just ferns all over the place here. They're all natural ferns from the area. And this house, the timeline has changed. It's going to get listed a lot sooner. Little porch out front. I'm getting rid of all this junk. Oh geez, I'm getting all tangled in cordage. All this stuff is gone. There's a barn up here, which just recently I was able to borrow a little excavator. This big rock, which was brought in to eventually make a rock fake waterfall, but never developed. And of course, all this is all gone. This is just junk, and this has never been planted. She planted all this. Is actually the neighbor's property. She planted all this going in to hide. She planted this tree. Another one here that died, unfortunately. The property line is right here behind the trailer, roughly. And they actually flattened this. Used to be all one family. They had flattened this off beyond what they were allowed to, because it was all one family. Anyway, there was a very large pile of rocks she got for rock garden, or making the fake waterfall, which I had moved. I moved them all over here, so they're still there, and pushed up. A lot of all this here is good soil. I've been just chucking stuff over here because this is all junk. Trying to clear out the barn. And there's more rocks here. And it's a pretty good sized barn. It does need some TLC. It's in decent shape. Roof doesn't leak, but it hasn't been getting proper maintenance for gutters and such. But it has a second story in there for storage. This is open. You can stand up inside the top of this. There's a staircase to go up. I can take a quick walk in there. This video is getting a little long. And all this stuff is going. Got a lot of work ahead of me here. Timeline got picked up a little faster because I can't even get to the second story right now. So I piled all these boxes over here. So I had all this glassware that was over here. But you can see the staircase going up, and you can just walk along here. You can't stand up on the second floor, but you can carry a chair up in there. And then this is a building that was originally here when she bought the property, and about 15 feet from where it's sitting now. And when she built this deck, she had it moved over here with a crane and connected. And it's open. I don't know if you can quite see. Watch out, Piglet. Piglet's such a curious little puppy. If you like dogs, it's a great spot. I don't know if you can quite see. I basically turned this area into a shit. All this junk here. I can't even reach up there. It's storage with wood. There's all different wood here for working on the house, repairing things or whatever. It was all stored here. And there's tiles. Here's floor tile left over from the bathroom. And this is all junk. This is going to poke somebody in the eye that I never got a chance to get out of here. Anyhow. Anyways, that's a quick tour of the barn, as much as I can give. And there's a lot of rocks to work with. I just pushed them over here to get them so that they're out of the way. And this is all usable soil. This area here had been left go where the leaves and such weren't removed for a long time, and it had gravel here. The original owner of this house had tractor trailers and would park his truck up here. Why it was cut out, and Mom built the building in here. And it got to the point where it was like 6 inches of leaves, which is what's piled up over here now. So that's all really probably good topsoil. And of course there is junk laying all over the place, unfortunately. Like that, like this stuff. This was just like a place to put the metal to get rid of it. You know, I'm just trying to separate things out, and this is just junk that needs to be chucked. Anyway, that's a quick tour. There's also a trailer here for sale, and this truck is for sale, which is an interesting setup. Van modded into a pickup, which is kind of cool. All right, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry, but the inside of the house right now is as bad as the outside, so I'd rather not show that. I'm hoping in the next 2 weeks to have all the furniture out. And the, I should walk down here real quick. The end of the property runs along this bank at the bottom. And, I mean, you can see stuff just coming up all over the place. I'm surprised it's actually coming up this early with this cold winter we had. It's a rose bush here. I think this is one of the saplings that came up. I don't know. I know she didn't have any bigger trees. I cut down some that had come up because she couldn't maintain it. You see this shit popping up everywhere here. This thing is all multicolored. And this is the pump house. There's a little bit of junk there I got to get rid of. And the property line runs right behind the pump house here, and then comes up the side here, down in the creek area. And then we're back around. You can see we're back around where she referred to this thing as the white whale. It was just a place to store stuff. I don't know why she didn't tear it apart and move everything up to the barn when she built it, but she didn't. And she has these cool trees that the bark falls all off of, like this one here. And there's another one over there. And some cool ass vines that grow up all over the place. You have to keep these clear of the windows, but they work. They do nicely. I'm not sure what else to show anybody other than a crazy psychotic chihuahua. Hello, Timmy. What you doing? Do you want somebody to buy Mommy's garden? Do you? You do? Okay. Timmy wants me to move. He says it's too cold here right now. So I always don't like cold. And we used to have a bird feeder over here, but I got tired of replacing it.